Hello, hello, hello. Hope everyone's having a good day. Thanks for those that are coming in. Thank you for joining me. I have been taking it really slow after surgery, but today I decided that I was given permission to do like light workouts. So I went on a walk before it started raining here. And I always get the most like intuitive downloads, the most intuitive hits, just like guidance when I'm moving my body. And that's just part of like my human design and things like that as I'm learning and uncovering that. But I felt really led to come and share this message because there are too many of us that is buying what society tells us. And what I mean by that, I don't mean anything political, so don't let me lose you yet. But what I mean by that is we are sold this American dream, right? 2.5 kids, a doting spouse, a white picket fence, a dog, and a dream that a job that you work at until you go to college, you get this job, and then you work at it until, thank you for the hearts and the hugs. You work at it until you're 65, and then you're retired, and then that's it. But what if I told you that the American dream isn't a one-size-fits-all? We're walking around trying to put this one-size-fits-all t-shirt on us and it doesn't fit. And then we walk around bitter, resentful, angry, frustrated, exhausted, and then wondering like, is this all that life has to offer? But here's the reality. That's not all life has to offer. If you feel called to more, that means you're supposed to have more. What is desired by you is achievable for you. What is desired by you can come to fruition. I am a firm believer that God doesn't lay anything on our heart, that he's not going to meet us somewhere to make it happen. With the year getting close to the end, I just felt really called to start talking to people that have allowed different situations and different circumstances to keep them bound, to keep them making excuses, to keep them trapped, to keep them frustrated, to keep them bitter. Here's what I know. When I started studying neuro-linguistic programming, one of the main concepts, one of the very first things I learned, and I did, 21 days of studying, plus like over 80 hours of like pre-work before I went into like a live training. But one of the very first things that I learned, and one of the things I continued to learn, is that we have to be at cause at our life, right? If we walk around playing victim, we never are able to step into our power. And when you step into your power, that's where real strength lies, right? That's where real growth lies. That's where real progress lies, okay? So here's the thing. Many of you, I know this. Like I'm a firm believer in divine connection. I do not believe that you're watching this live by accident. If you're hearing this live, you're meant to hear it. So here's the thing. Many of us have big dreams, big visions, big hopes, big audacious goals and things that we want to accomplish, but we feel like it's wrong, right? Because maybe it doesn't fit in society's standards, or maybe other people in our lives are telling us we should be happy with what we already have, or maybe we're comparing ourselves to other people. And so we keep downplaying our goal. We keep minimizing our goal. We keep avoiding going after our goal. But here's what I know. The longer you avoid going after it is as long as you're going to feel frustrated, is as long as you're going to feel out of alignment. It was not until I probably knew I wanted to do coaching, I don't know, probably 5 years before I began. I didn't really necessarily have a title for it, but I knew my goal was like really be able to transform other people's lives, change their viewpoints, change their perspectives, and in turn change their lives. But I didn't really know how to go about it. And so every time I kept trying to slap these titles on or wear these different hats or do these different things, I kept feeling further and further and further out of alignment instead of just going after what I knew I was supposed to do, right? We cannot delay what we were called to do, okay? So here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you guys a strategy that I use, okay, that helped me to know that, that helped me to really shift my beliefs around what it was that I desired, okay? I want you to take a moment, get like super grounded, take a couple deep breaths, allow yourself to relax, allow yourself to get grounded, allow yourself to get in touch with yourself, with your emotions, with your feelings. And I want you to think about a time that you felt super satisfied, like super happy, super empowered, satisfied, accomplished, whatever emotion like really got you super high vibe. And then I want you to think about, what were you experiencing in that moment? What were you experiencing in that moment? Were you enjoying time with family? Were you selling your first product? Were you writing your first book? Were you like being still and meditating? Were you traveling? What were you experiencing? Then I want you to think about, what was your universal belief in that moment? What were your and maybe you have a few, what were your universal beliefs in that moment? That all will be okay, that God will meet you where you're at, that you deserve to enjoy life, that you deserve to have fun, that you want to feel happy more often. that you want to follow, like guidance or intuition, or what was your universal belief in that moment? Now, I want you to consider how you can take those same universal beliefs and adopt those with your goals. Adapt those and apply that to your goals. I remember for me, when I first started, went after coaching, I remember getting my first sale. I was like so pumped up, so excited, not even for like the money, but like the impact, like, oh my gosh, this is like real. I'm getting ready to work with somebody and really help them like make major breakthroughs and major transformations. And like, this is going to be freaking amazing. I was like so excited. And my universal belief in that moment was like, I feel great doing what I feel in alignment, right? It feels great to feel in alignment. My universal belief in that moment was that God was going to meet me there to allow me to be a vessel, allow me to be a catalyst, allow me to be a catalyst for change within my client's life. And so in turn, when it came time to really launching my business, because I had this like one client and it was more of like, I'd call it like beta testing or something like that to see if I really knew what I was doing with coaching. When I decided to go like all in with coaching, I adopted those same beliefs. That God would be with me. He would allow me to be a catalyst for change. He would allow me to help other people transform. He would allow me to impact other people on levels that I couldn't even begin to fathom or imagine. And here's the thing, when we're doing really, really well in one area of our life, or when we have a really, really good day, we often have these universal beliefs that we only equate to that particular circumstance, that particular situation, that specific emotion. But here's the thing, those universal beliefs can be applied to other areas in your life as well. Oh, wow. I love that. Finishing a new home office and you felt extreme fulfillment. And you had the cheesiest unconscious smirk. Look at that. Because you did something in alignment. Here's the cool thing. It could be the smallest thing, like finishing and cleaning an office, right? But here's what you probably don't know is that when we have a clean space, we have a clear mind, which allows more intuitive downloads, which allows more guidance, which allows more clarity of thought, which impacts our lives. So it seemed small, but of course your unconscious mind had a smirk because you were clearing it up. You're making room for new downloads. When we remove crap and clutter, we make room for clarity. We make room for things that we need. Here's the thing, guys. I am like, I had an 8-hour breakthrough session. Thank you. Hit the nail on the target. I know, because I've been there. I had an 8-hour breakthrough session with my client, Adriana. It was the most impactful session I have probably ever had. She came to work with me because she has been wanting to start a coaching business. She's taken all the courses, done all the things, but she just couldn't get like her life in alignment with it. So she came to work with me, and it was interesting because when we first got on like the Zoom, she was super shy. She was super timid. She wasn't sure what to expect. She wasn't sure like how to open up. By the end of the Zoom, listen to me. When I tell you she was spilling it all her ideas, all the like intuitive downloads, she was telling me like all the things she thinks got in the way, all the things she was ready to do, all the goals, like everything within 24 hours. So this, mind you, she has sat on this idea for a business for 3 years. Within 24 hours, she launched her website. Well, she totally revamped it. She launched her website because she like had like a totally different like name. And now she's like, she wants to do a lot of like cosmic and like astrology things and really just help people that feel this like gap between like spirituality, like religion and spirituality, and help them understand that like sometimes those two can integrate. So she has launched her website, totally revamped it and launched it, started her social media account, and wrote me and told me that she's getting ready to go live tomorrow morning. So somebody who was totally shy, not sure about her vision, not sure about her goal, not sure what she could accomplish, jumped on an 8-hour strategy call with me, an 8-hour breakthrough session with me, and was able to create a massive transformation. And here's the cool thing, like we did a lot of strategies. I gave her tons of support, but it's so much bigger than that because the reality is we take in tons of bits of information at a time, right? But we either generalize it, we distort it, or we delete it. Meaning how we interpret information, we either generalize it and make it like a universal thing. We either distort it, so we change it and shift it to adjust to our internal representation system. And then, or we delete it, right? We just totally delete what information we think we don't need. But here's what I know. Your subconscious mind remembers everything. So when it comes time, thank you so much for the hearts. When it comes time to implement things, to change things, to do something new, to go after what you want, your subconscious mind starts to get in the way. right? All those limiting beliefs that you say, oh, your subconscious mind takes everything literally too. So all those times that you spoke negative over your dreams, all those times you said you couldn't, all those times you said you weren't worthy, all those times that you said that, you weren't good enough or any other limiting belief, your subconscious mind adopted that as fact. And so when it's time to like go after what you want, you wonder why you can't go after. And it's not because of so-and-so. It's not because of anything. It's because of what's up here. So that's why the work that I do is so important, because I'm not just giving tools and strategies and support. I'm giving like mindset shifts. We're literally reprogramming your mind to set you up for success. And I do this in a lot of different ways. I have time techniques. I have EFT. I have, hypnosis. I have so many techniques. Like it is obscene. And that's why she was able to get a massive shift, a shift like she has never experienced in 8 hours. She wrote me today and like was just so in awe with where she's at. She's like, she told me, she's like, I feel like a totally new person. You can even watch, I posted earlier, like her testimonial. And it was amazing. But here's what I'm going to say. I felt so strongly in my spirit that it wasn't just Adriana that needed this, right? It wasn't just Adriana that's been sitting on a goal, but like frustrated with the process to get there. There are multiple people that are like, 2020 freaking sucked. 2020 was awful. 2020 wasn't my year, but here's the thing. You can shift that at any given moment. You can shift that at any given time. The choice is 100% yours. So what I have decided to do is I decided to open doors to my program, Design a Life You Love, where we will work together for October, November, and December, meaning that you not only end this year strong, but you step into 2020 as the next level version of yourself, that up-leveled version of yourself, that confident version of yourself, that unapologetic version of yourself, that person of yourself that's ready to go after any and everything because you know you're capable of achieving exactly what it is that you desire to achieve. And so here's the thing. If you are ready to dive in, I'm going to be really honest because this is a high-level intensive coaching process where you receive unlimited access to me. Basically, like I call it Nicolia now, right? Like you're in that moment, you're like, man, how do I get there? How do I get what I need? How do I answer this question? How do I show up as myself? What technique do I need to use? What kind of things do I need in this moment? You're getting instant access to me to start making shifts, and not shifts on like a conscious level, not shifts on like a surface level, but like lasting change, like on a root and a core level. 2020 has been just as much of a time opportunity as it's been a time for challenges, time of opportunity and time for challenges. Oh, I'm gonna speak on that in a minute. Hold tight to that. Actually, I'm gonna just say it now. Like a lot of times I think that we have allowed 2020 to frustrate us. Rightly so. It's been a sucky year. But I learned that the guy that made Monopoly during one of the darkest times of the 20th century, the Great Depression. He made it during the Great Depression when everyone else was like allowing themselves to focus on losing jobs and everything else. He was like, you know what? I'm going to make this game. Not only did he make millions and millions of dollars, he changed lives because while people were sitting at home frustrated and depressed, he was teaching them something, teaching them about investment, teaching them to spend time with their family, teaching them to engage and be mindful in the moment with their family, teaching them things by showing up for what he was supposed to do. So if you don't learn anything from his own example, that to me, what stands out the most is there is no better time than now for you to show up with what you know that you're called to show up and do. There is no better time than now. No better time than now. And yes, right here, right now, in this moment, in 2020, there are people making serious money. All the news shows us is everyone struggling. Everyone, having setbacks. Everyone being depressed. Everyone being frustrated. Everyone being everything else except for growing. There are still people making money. There are still people making impact. I have tons of clients, tons that have been launching and publishing books. Tons of clients that have launched their coaching practices. Tons of clients that have launched and coached, launched their course. Tons. Because guess what? They're saying yes to their future. They're saying yes to their desire. They're saying yes to their goals. Here's the thing, guys. You are only one decision away from a totally different life. And that's why I want it so bad. That's why I felt it so heavy in my spirit when I exercised for the first time, like moving my body, got up, moved around, felt it so strong in my spirit that I needed to offer this opportunity. Now, because of the intense level of this program, I am only offering space for 3 women. Okay? 3, because I want to really be able to dive in. I want to be able to like focus, and I want to be able to like totally massively up level. I'm not all about like fixing things on the outside. I'm not all about fixing your hair and fixing your nails. Clearly, look at my hair after surgery. I'm getting it done though, so don't judge me. But I'm not about fixing your hair and fixing your nails and fixing your clothes so that you appear like you have a life made, right? I'm about fixing what's at the core level, just like the iceberg analogy, right? You see this iceberg, but we only see 10% of it. 90% of the iceberg is below the water. It's the same thing with us. Your potential is being hidden right now, hidden behind your limiting beliefs, hidden behind your mindset blocks, hidden behind physical and mental and emotional barriers and blocks. What would happen if you gave yourself permission to say yes to uncovering all of that and going after your dreams confidently and unapologetically? You would change your life in ways that you can't even begin to fathom, in ways that you can't even begin to understand, in ways that will blow your mind. I just had a client have a massive shift in 8 hours. Imagine what we could do in 3 months. It's laughable to think about it. I'm just so excited. So I felt strongly to share this. Here's the thing. If you feel aligned with it and you're like, okay, yep, this sounds like something, like I've been sitting on this goal for far too long. I'm looking for the tools, the supports, the strategies, and the mindset tips and shifts and reprogramming to actually make this happen, then that means that you're called to it, right? I don't believe in accidents. I don't believe in coincidence. I don't believe in accidents. I believe in God's divine timing. So here's the thing. If you feel led to make this happen, to end this year strong, to start next year stronger, to step into the boundless version of the life you know you're called to live, and then DM me. Send me a direct message because we need to talk. And I want to talk about where you're at. I want to talk about what I do, the steps that you can take, the supports that you can get, and how we can really just up-level your life. And if you're a good fit, then I'm going to welcome you into this program. Then I'm going to tell you, you will never, ever, ever be the same. And I mean that in the most kind-hearted way, because I mean you're going to die to the part of yourself that won't allow you to birth this new self, this new version of who you're called to be. So DM me if you know somebody that's been sitting on something, somebody that's looking for the support, somebody that's looking to step into the next level version of themselves. Tag them, send them over my way. I really want to make space for 3 women to end this year in a way that they can't even imagine. A year that started off so wonky, so backwards, so just all over the place. I want to help you really end this year in a way that you can't even imagine and start next year even better and really step into that next level version of yourself. Knowing that you're capable, that you're confident, that you're worthy, that you're deserving to go after everything that you feel led and called to be, do, and have. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So that was just on my heart, really heavy. Felt led, strongly led to share it. And I'm so excited for those that are going to DM me, and so excited to connect with you guys further. I know that we're going to make this happen. I'm so excited to uncover and see what's there, on the other side of this breakthrough for you. So I look forward to connecting with you guys very soon. I'm going to let you guys have, amazing rest of your day, and I'll chat with you all later.